Huh. Okay. Right. Yeah. Not a great start to Act 2. Alright, I suppose I better go speak to everybody.
An audience with Elminster is never less than memorable. I'd have hoped to introduce you to him in less dire circumstances. But those are hard to come by these days.
I mean, they're not. It's just we're going through a particularly awkward, week or two. I'd imagined Elminster is more imposing, an old man with a craving for cheese. Doesn't seem much a friend. Actually, I was hoping to talk about something else. An old man with a craving for cheese. Hardly the great wizard of legend.
A wizard doesn't reach Elminster's age without enjoying their home comforts. Those who seek danger over cheese don't tend to live as long.
Weird hill to die on.
Mystra to have sent him. The severity of her bidding could not be clearer, or weigh more heavily on me. Time seems so infinite when you're young. A month is an age. A year is a lifetime. It is a strange feeling to realize how little of it one might have left.
I mean, one thing I will say is that having Gale as the one who must sacrifice himself does make it more likely that it is a viable option. Like, if he turned up and said, you, Eve, you have to sacrifice yourself, then it's like, well, it's either going to be the end of the game, or it's not going to happen. So if it looks like we're reaching that before the end of the game, then, But if it's somebody else, it could still happen, and you could let it happen, and then sort of your character could still go on and live their life. You're seriously considering doing what Elminster said, or I'll leave it to your thought. You're seriously considering doing what Elminster said?
Of course. We offer the clearest solution to our problem. All I have to do is find the right place and time, close my eyes, and let go. Then the slate will be clean. Wrongs will be righted, the Absolute will be gone, and I along with it.
Will the Absolute be gone? Like, he said find the heart, whatever that is, and detonate a bomb there. Like, are we talking about a physical heart? Are we talking about, the heart of the cult? Are we talking about, the heart of worship? He didn't actually tell us anything, except, hey, the goddess of magic thinks you should go detonate a bomb somewhere. That's all she really said. I don't understand. Can't she destroy the Absolute or Elminster himself? A suicide mission, there's surely another way. What about me? Am I safe around you? I don't understand. Can't Mystra just destroy the Absolute or Elminster himself?
I've no doubt she has the power to do so, but as for the permission, Ao would not look kindly on her meddling in mortal affairs. Divine intervention has a tendency to make things worse, not better. As for Elminster, he's saved the realms more times than legend can recount. But to take on a god is no easy feat, even for him. My orb is the best chance we have. And only I can wield it.
So that's it? You're on a suicide mission now?
Possibly the most spectacular one ever conceived. But essentially, yes. I'm living on borrowed time, in more ways than one. Perhaps this is how it must be. That remains ahead of us for now. The heart of the Absolute must be discovered before I can stop its beating.
You're not blowing yourself up, Gale. I won't let you.
Let's save such certainty for the moment such a decision is upon us. You may feel differently once we know what we're truly up against.
How could the Absolute threaten creation? Like, I can understand the machinations of a god affecting the mortal world. As he just said, Ao doesn't like it, but surely it does happen. Divine intervention, blah, blah, blah. But if something is threatening the weave and all of creation, I get why Mystra is the only god who might particularly care about the weave, but all of creation, the whole of the universe? Seriously? And something the Absolute is doing could affect the universe, and Mystra is the only god to care, or the only god to act. And can't meddle in mortal affairs. It's creation, the universe. Yeah, this isn't sitting right with me. There are problems, there are issues. Things I'm not sure about. Is Mystra always such a demanding goddess? I swear to God, Gale, keep this clean.
She expects those who seek to use the weave to do so honestly, and with respect for its potential to destroy, as well as its potential to save. I doubt she's asked many of her followers to blow themselves up. That's a fate she's bequeathed exclusively to me. She wouldn't ask such a thing if it weren't our only means of survival.
I doubt that.
However much she's annoyed at me.
I mean, I suppose Gale entered the story as an incredibly important figure, saying, oh yeah, I was in a romantic relationship with magic itself, yeah. How are you feeling? It can't be easy, facing the possibility of death.
Oh, you know me, ever the optimist. I'm trying to focus on the positives. Truth is, I was living on borrowed time already. Consuming those items would only have kept the orb sated for so long.
Well, I mean, he got bored of them.
If anything, I feel more at peace than I have in months. At least now I know my death will have purpose. It won't be a distant bang in the footnotes of history.
Depends who finds out.
I can't believe Mistress demanding Gale sacrifice himself to destroy the Absolute. It's just a waste of a perfectly good cult that we could be controlling. And a waste of a perfectly good Gale, I suppose.
Okay, I mean, that fits what people have been saying, because I've obviously been pissing Asterion off a lot, and whenever I do, people tend to point out that it's because he likes autonomy, because of his history of being a thrall. He likes autonomy and dislikes choices I make that take away his autonomy. I mean, he doesn't have to help. He could stay at the camp if he really didn't want to assist with certain things, but that is not a request he ever expresses, so...
I can't believe Mystra actually expects Gale to just sacrifice himself like that. Seems like a waste of a fine mind.
Okay. Again, a bit of a detached perspective.
Oh, was that Gale's granddad?
Karlach, I love you. That was Elminster, the most famous wizard in the realms. Looked like it. I mean, it depends how serious Eve would be. Like, I kind of feel like Eve would have a joke with Karlach here, but I also kind of... No, screw it, we're going to go with it. Looked like it.
Wonder if he's a wizard too. He's certainly got the beardliness for it. Why'd he come all this way to track us down?
Okay, good, we do actually get to discuss it. I was fully expecting that to be you make a joke and that's the end of the conversation. I don't think it was. It turns out Gale has an explosive bomb in his chest and Mistress asked him to blow it up. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I'm not going to keep Karlach in the dark here. I don't think it was. It turns out Gale has an explosive bomb in his chest, and Mistress asked him to use it to blow up the heart of the Absolute.
Whoa now, he's got a... Well, I guess that would explain a little, but... Mystra? I mean, this is a lot to take in. What's he going to do?
No. I think he's going to follow through. I don't think he'd do that to himself. I'm not sure. I think he's of several minds. I mean, at the moment, he's fully willing to, but I feel like saying that is just going to... Yeah, I feel like he is still open to being persuaded, so I'm going to say, I'm not sure. I think he's of several minds.
Well, tell him to pick the right one. Or better yet, I'll do it. Fucking wizards, man. They always need help picking the simple, obvious option.
I mean, that is a very barbarian perspective.
If Mystra can't think of another way to stop the Absolute than sacrificing Gale, she's no god worth worshipping. I'll say that to Gale in, gentle terms.
You're really sweet. We've got some infernal metal. What should we do with it?
Yes! We need to go find Dammon. I'm going to get a hug soon! Oh my god. Oh, she's so great. She's so great. Yeah, she's my favourite. I actually, I went to a Comic-Con recently and I got a Karlach sticker, which is now on my archery case. So, it's adorable.
A shame my first brush with the famed Elminster couldn't be a tad more optimistic. Listen, I might invoke the Triad from time to time, appeal to Helm, but I'm no man of faith. Not like Gale. I don't know what drives a man to consider his own death, among countless others, to be an appropriate exchange for his goddess's forgiveness. To me, it all sounds like nonsense. The faith that matters most is that which you hold in yourself, in the ones that most matter to you. Big Bomb be damned. Gale's got everything he needs to defeat the Absolute already. Talent, nerve, and powerful allies at his side.
Will, for fuck's sake.
He'll come to see that.
Oh my Jesus Christ, Will. Who wrote you? Who wrote you? It had to have been at least 2 or 3 people who were apparently not on good speaking terms with each other because you are so wildly inconsistent. You don't need the power of a goddess to do good things. You just need talent and friends. Also, by the way, I made a pact with the devil, and I don't regret it. The power she gave me has been instrumental to helping a lot of people. But Gale shouldn't use the power given to him by a goddess. That's crazy talk. Someone should talk him into it. Also, by the way, I'm not going to get out of this pact I'm in. Fuck's sake. Like, he's crossed the line now. He is irritating me with the way he acts and talks. So, go away. Be gone. I'm done.
Elminster. Even the Githyanki have heard tell of the Sage of Shadowdale. Some of his works have been translated to Tirsu. That doesn't mean his every word carries wisdom, however. Near as I can tell, Mystra demands Gale's faith, but holds no faith in him. Why else would she demand Gale sacrifice himself, and perhaps so many others? Does she not think he can destroy the Absolute with his own immense talents? Does she not know the mighty company that he keeps? Demanding Vlaakith may be, but she acts for the good of the Githyanki people. Mystra is concerned only for herself. Perhaps he'd find forgiveness in a fiery death. But I can't help but wonder why he'd want it at all.
I mean, yeah. Wow, I'm gonna need a minute. Lae'zel just talks so much sense. I don't quite know what to do with myself now. That's unprecedented. Also, I've decided I'm finally going to say this thing to Will.
Well,
you should get out of your pact.
A possibility that's kept me awake countless nights. But I don't have a clue where to start, other than play her games and play by the rules. That's the only language devils listen to.
Why obey her at all? What could she do? Can we just attack her? There must be some loophole. Why obey her at all? What could she do that's worse than what she already has?
She could kill me for one, and that's not the worst of it. My contract is very clear. I can bring Mizora no harm. She'll have to let me out of my pact willingly. The only way out is if I can out-bargain her. We're standing here with nothing but the clothes on our backs and the worms in our heads.
Not at all true. Like, we have a lot of valuable stuff. Immense power. I mean, Gale's a bomb. That could be a bargaining chip. We can beat her if we put our worms together. I fear what she will do to us next. We might need the pact. We can beat her if we put our worms together.
We can. I'm sure of it. How glad I am that you see me as more than my patron's pet.
Fuck you, Will. Fuck you. And there's another just like empty tent here. Is that for Minthara? Because I know she was supposed to be a companion. Like, she's the only companion I know I've missed. I feel like there might be another one. I don't think there's a goblin one. Like, I read online that there are no, like, small ones, small companions. So, like, no gnome, no dwarf.
The shadow curse is upon us. As foul as I remember it. Perhaps even worse. But with the Oak Father's blessing, we may soon see it banished from these lands.
He doesn't have the Oak Father's blessing. He has Seluna's blessing. What is this? Seluna's radiance protects against the lesser effects of the shadow curse. Even her light cannot guard against the darkest shadows. Do we all have that? No, we don't. Interesting. We're in the midst of the shadow curse now. Is there any more you can tell me about how to lift it?
This land is more than just soil and rock, root and leaf. It is a living being, in the form of a young Fey boy,
Sorry, what?
with the forest itself in his eyes. His name is Thaniel. I've met him in my meditations.
Okay,
But
this
since
is
the curse was
odd.
unleashed, I have not felt his presence. He is its prisoner, I fear. And as long as he remains so, his domain will lie in darkness. But if we can find him, we can break the curse. If you learn anything of the Shadowfell, or of a boy with the forest in his eyes, find me at once.
The Shadowfell? Because that's another dimension in the same way as the Feywild is, and the Hells. What should I look for exactly?
I can't be exact, unfortunately.
I said exactly.
Time and the Shadow Curse won't have been kind to any traces that would have been left behind. A living witness is unlikely, I'll admit. But perhaps there'll be an unliving witness, or some lingering echo of what we seek. Don't worry. If you find something, you will know it.
Damn, if only there was some way that we could speak to the dead. Seems like you feel responsible for this Shadow Curse somehow.
Well, there's hardly anyone left to share the responsibility with. Few who witnessed the fall of Moonrise still draw breath. What Ketheric Thorm unleashed is not something that nature can undo by itself. I must do what I can. I studied the Shadow Curse for years, but to truly understand it and stop it, I must reach its source.
I've just had a theory. Still feeling at home here with us? The surroundings are less bucolic, I understand.
It's not easy, seeing the ravages of the Shadow Curse. But your camp is a most welcome solace. You've shared your fire with me, your company. A small pocket of light against the darkness. But one I couldn't do without. Thank you.
You're welcome. Perhaps I could share more than a no. Don't get too sentimental, I'm glad. You're welcome.
You're too modest by far. What fate would I have met without you? Rotting in the goblin cells? Dying against an onslaught on the grove? More good has been done since I met you than in 100 years before. Words cannot express my gratitude.
No words needed. I understand how you feel.
Yes, I think you do. Forgive me. Sometimes I forget myself, gazing on the beauty of nature's creations.
Well now, leave. It's the only response to that. I don't know why he's not... I thought he was going to be a companion that I could take out into the... Oh, this place is bloody grim, isn't it? That I could take out with me, but it seems not. He's evidently someone I could romance. Not doing that. But, yes, I have a theory, and I just need to quickly look. So he was definitely part of the Emerald Enclave that worked with the Harpers to take down Ketheric Thorm. I didn't realise Ketheric Thorm was the one who triggered the Shadow Curse, but yeah, that ties in with this. Alright, I've just had a look through all the Sharan documents and stuff we have on us. I think I may have left quite a few back in the temple. I was basically looking to see if there was any mention of someone whose name began with an H. Basically, I was wondering, is the reason he feels responsible not because he failed to do it, but because he was on the wrong side of history at the time, that he worked with Shah, he was a member of Shah, and was present when Ketheric Thorm, maybe he was even like a spy or betrayed them to turn against Shah, and that's why he has the blessing of Selûne. Because I can't think of why he would, because he worships the god of nature. I've forgotten his name entirely, but why would he have the blessing of Selûne here? So he didn't have that before, so it's something new here, and I feel like it's because he did something to earn himself the approval of Selûne. And it could just be fighting Shah because it was Shah that did it, but I don't know. It just feels more than that to me. Just a hunch. If I now leave the camp, where will I end up? Right back where I met Elminster. Okie dokie. Broken Moon Lantern, another one. Old Architectural Collection. This yellow book contains a series of architectural plans. Oh, a town outside Wraithwyn to the Underdark. Interesting. And an absolutist expedition key.
Don't mind if I do.
Yeah, don't mind if I do indeed. What is up with this door? Hello? Is there anybody there?
A broken moon lantern catches your eye. Its glow now snuffed out.
Can I take it? Use?
A broken moon lantern.
Okay. She just picks it up and stares at it ominously. Because I think that's what I've already got in here. Move. Shifty. Broken moon lantern. So presumably there's a way to fix these. If not, then I guess I'm just collecting them now. Adept of the Absolute. Why is he dead? Elminster. Cloud Kill. And orders. Well, I'll send those to Gale. Read the orders. I have been given the crucial task to clear the entrance to Grimforge for future expeditions. True Solnir will follow once the entrance is cleared. As I make my way to the entrance, I can't help but feel excitement. What might we find here that Catherick created so long ago, now sealed by the curse? Grimforge could hold untold treasures for the Absolute's uses. I will continue to explore and document my findings. The entrance is currently blocked by vines and rubble, quite cursed. Explosives ought to do the job, though I'm not as experienced in such matters as I wish I'd be. I set the explosives with care, though I admit I am almost afraid to detonate them. There's no telling what power these cursed vines might hold, or whether I've set things up correctly. Absolute protect me, she did not. She certainly did not. I don't suppose you can know Glow Green if I could speak to her. I mean, I could try. Can I speak to you? Get up.
The corpse remains silent.
Ah. I guess I cannot. To the shadow-cursed lands. That's wibbling. I don't like that. Here we go.
Stand by me if you need to keep warm in this awful place.
Okay. I mean, good idea.
I've never seen darkness like this before. It's unsettling.
Darkness or not, we need to reach Moonrise Towers.
Yeah, but she's not unsettled by it. Wow, that's... I mean, this is very, what are they called? The Shadow Isles? From, League of Legends? What is... I've forgotten what they're called now. Oh, I need to stay warm. Can you just,
Do you feel that? I've never felt so cold. And that's me. This place will swallow us whole if we let it. Stick close to Mama Kay.
Okay, that's the twist on this relationship that I was not expecting. Wonder if everyone else's stuff.
It feels like we're being watched. Hunted, even. But there's nothing out there. Only more darkness. I much prefer it when I'm the one prowling in the shadows. About to strike. Sorry, did you want something? Or just looking for a distraction?
I wanted your valued opinion.
This place. There's a power in these shadows. I can sense it. It's ancient. Familiar.
Interesting. I wonder, I mean, this is a good sort of question. How much does her being a follower of Shah affect how curses of Shah interact with her? Okay. It looks like I can still go back to the older locations, which is good. Well, there appears to be a barrier here of some description, or just ground wibbles. Do I just pass through them? Oh, I do. Cool. Hello.
I feel the shadow's power here, but they don't seem to be harming me.
Heavy.
Yeah, okay, that does answer that question I literally just posed.